welcome to the what?
Countdown.
Man, so let's get into it, man. Let's first topic of the day, man. Fury versus Wilder 3, man. That was a very interesting fight last night, man. I'm telling you right now, man. I was real highly intrigued, man. Highly intrigued, man. Fury showed the same thing he always showed. He's a great boxer, but Wilder showed some things that we have never seen before, and he's been fighting for a long, extended period of time, man. So over 43 fights, man, that's a long time to be fighting, and finally show something a little different. And he actually won some rounds too, man. But let's get into it, man. Hey, Shyne,
Yeah.
Shyne Barnes. What was your overall thoughts about this fight last night?
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So here's it. So I said it on Facebook earlier. I'm gonna throw 5 minutes up on the clock. Let's go and don't get into it.
Throw it on now.
I said it on Facebook earlier. This is the third fight, right? Number 3. And before it even started, I still had that, like, it's that big fight goosebump feeling whenever, they were coming out in whatever this intro that they had going on in the beginning that they had. And I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, I'd be damned if I ain't excited about this third fight again.
Yeah.
First fight ended in the draw. The second fight was definitive. I thought I'm over here like ain't nothing to see here. Let's go. Then you get Wilder show up. He 230, 238, looking big.
Yeah, he be looking big.
Looking big.
Bro.
I'm like, okay.
Big.
And then you got Fury showed up. He about 270. He looking healthy.
Looking fat.
He looking healthy.
Fat. Look like he eat good.
And I'm like, okay, so that's something new. And then you got to keep in mind that Wilder fired his head coach and moved to another coach, and we saw the videos. And some of them we were like, why they got him up pulling them like that? And some of them we were like, all right, maybe we're gonna see something different. Yeah. And the whole time it got you thinking like, okay, this could be a different fight. First round, guess what?
It was a different fight.
It was a whole different fight.
It was a whole different fight, man. It was a whole different fight because the statistics from the first fight is they said that Wilder threw an average of 30 punches each round for the first fight. And then for the second fight, I think the statistics were way down. I think he only threw around 12 to 18 punches. I'm not for sure off the top of my head. But this fight, you could see that when he came in with the mindset of, I got to throw this jab. I got to throw something just so I can make sure that Fury is thinking about what I'm going to do next. And he was just, when he came out, he threw a lot of jabs to the body, even though half of them didn't even connect. But you just see that in Fury's head, he's like, oh, shoot, this is something different. And it took him a little bit to impute it and take the knowledge in of what was going on. But after a while, you could see around 9, 10, 11 that he's already figured Wilder out. And I feel like Wilder got a lot. I feel like that weight didn't stay on him as well as he wanted it to. And it might have fatigued him, as well as Fury just laid on top of him for a minute from time to time, especially when they were hugged up in the corner. The biggest thing for Wilder was he put that 238 or those 12 to 15 pounds on because he wanted to make sure that he can hold that body and actually get his power out of that right hand. But there's a lot of interesting things that went on in this fight, man. So just let's get into the picture you got up right now.
You know what we did in this fight?
A lot of living.
We did a lot of living in this fight.
We did a lot of living.
We did a lot of living in this fight. Not even this particular picture. Let's get back to what you was talking about with Wilder, because I don't want to short sell Wilder at all for this fight. Even though Fury proved to be the better man, he's now doing it twice. And when you say, do we want to see a fourth fight? I don't think it's there.
Nah.
There's nothing to see here. We know for a fact that clear cut Fury is number one. But I feel like Wilder proved for a fact that clear cut Wilder is just the number two. He the Daniel Cormier of the
heavyweight division.
Of the heavyweight division.
Light heavyweight division.
No, this is heavyweight.
No, I'm just
I
saying
get, it, I
if you
got, it,
say
yeah, yeah,
if you comparing Daniel Cormier, the only division where he couldn't beat the top guy
yeah.
was light heavyweight. He did beat Stipe,
He
but
did.
Stipe came back and knocked him back out.
But I'm saying, he the Daniel Cormier where he just, can't get there.
No,
So with that being said, it's like, but he is. Look, if he goes out there and anybody in his next fight he boxes, and then he hits him with that bomb squad death threat, it's a wrap.
it
We
is a
we
wrap.
watched him. Who was it? It wasn't an Ortiz. I don't remember who he fought. He stood there for 9 rounds, getting boxed and punched on, so he could throw one punch and knock the dude out square cold. And now he ain't doing that. Man, suckers is going out in the first round. It's a wrap.
Sure. Yeah, because I mean, if you Wilder and you start throwing punches and they start landing, and then all of a sudden this person is thinking about what you're doing, eventually they're going to hit with that right and not even see it coming. Usually you can see that right coming, but you just can't stop it, especially later on in the rounds because you're so
Yeah.
tired. Because
And
it's one of those things where you're tired and it causes you not to look for something, and then all of a sudden it comes, and all of a sudden you sitting on the ground waking up talking about, so what happened? What happened? What happened?
so,
But
and then you end up with this, and then you end up, the controversy with the long count or whatever,
yeah,
what have you. But you end up with the idea that this man can put anybody down. And you said it when they were fighting. You called and was like, man, he ain't even hit him again. It
yeah,
was,
he
it was about
didn't.
what, 5 seconds before the
Yeah.
lights cut off.
Yeah. His brain was clicking, was like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not good. I'm not good. And then he
I'm
went
not
to
good.
sleep for a second and then he woke up like, oh shoot, what the hell was that? And then he got up. But I think Wilder in that time, especially at this moment right here, he needs to get out the way.
He got
He
to get
needs to
out the
get out the
way.
way.
That's
There's a,
that's
there's
the
a
whole
there's a
point.
lot of controversy. There's a lot of controversy with the count in the first fight. Got to get out the way. Got to get out the way. You can celebrate in the corner, but
Neutral
get out the way
corner.
and let my man count to 10. You know what I'm saying? Because you could see that Fury was gone, and it took him a couple seconds to wake up. But when he woke up, he was back. He was back to himself again. It took a little bit to get back to himself. I believe. I think it's the fourth round when Wilder hit him with the two knockdowns. I believe if Wilder would have had another 40 seconds, he could have took him out. I don't even think Fury was all the way there when he came back out for the fifth round. But Wilder's conditioning and training got him to the fourth and fifth round. Wilder's conditioning and training didn't take him after that round, because after that round, it seemed like Fury just took it to him. And there was nothing that Wilder could do. He was just holding on for dear life. And finally, in round 11, Fury just hit him with a right hook that took him to the upper room for a few minutes. And then he came back to life.
And look, this look like one of them when you start the movie and it be like, "Rrr." I bet you're wondering how I got here, right? See, it all started when I was yelling bomb squad at this grown man. My man,
Man,
look, the ref called the ref was waving the fight off before Fury hit the ground.
Wilder hit the
I
ground.
mean, before Wilder hit the ground. The ref was
That was
like,
crazy.
I need to catch the dude head. Like, and you look at this picture and you think about the fight and you tell yourself Fury has no equal.
No.
We'll talk about it in the what's next part,
No,
but
no,
Fury has no equal.
no,
But I can't disrespect Wilder at all. To
no.
be a old dog, like you were saying, to be an old dog and to go, I need to change.
Yeah.
I need to do something different. And to do it enough and learn it enough. There's a difference between, because we all know this. We all know this. Whenever you're learning a new technique, you have to practice it 1,000 times before you even attempt to do it in a high pressure situation. When you get in those high pressure situations, you always revert back to what you know best. So for him to have all of that in the short amount of time that we had and still go out there and just, hey, look, brand new game plan. I'm a new dude. They tried to do me like they did the Prince, and it worked. for somewhat. He still lost, but I mean, the game plan was working. What I'm talking about, Prince Nassim.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he had that whole boxing style, and everybody kept trying to change it. They were trying to do
Yeah.
him like they did Wilder. Like, nah, you got to do something different. I'm like, bro, I'm knocking everybody out. What you mean? You know, and it's the same thing. And then he goes out there and he does that, and he does something different, and it looks good. I mean,
Yeah.
up until
It didn't look good.
up until that,
No,
the gas tank wasn't there. I don't think the gas tank was there. Oh God, I felt like he was punch drunk in the second.
I feel like he was throwing a lot of hard shots in the first 3 rounds. That but here's the thing about learning something new. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, Wilder is an old dog that got some new tricks in his bag.
Yeah.
But the problem with the new tricks is sometimes you see it working and you continue to overuse it. And I felt like he overused it to a point where he saw that overhand right or that straight right was coming and it was connecting. And I feel like he was putting a lot behind it very early that allowed his gas tank to, let's say, leak
Yeah.
and leak faster than what he would normally do. And he wasn't all the way there coming into the ninth round. You could see that his legs were a little bit wobbly, especially after that knockdown going into the fifth, sixth, and seventh round. You could see that his power wasn't all the way there like he wanted it to be. And I feel like he drained himself with those punches at the very, very beginning of the fight. Because you could see going on in the fight that he started to revert back to his old ways where he was getting hit a lot and he wasn't getting out the way and he was doing a lot of hugging. But he was right when you release the two from each other, he was trying to throw that right hand and knock him out, and you could just see that. So I mean, hats off to Wilder in this fight, man. I can't say anything bad about it.
You can't.
I show hated for his next opponent. Fury is a hell of an opponent to the point where he's a big man that has what they say nimble feet that can move his head, move
Yeah.
his body,
That's
get out the way from
6'9",
punches.
277 dancing around.
Moving,
Crazy.
moving.
Let's get into